So let me share with you why most of those business plans do not work. You see, so many entrepreneurs, so many business owners, sales leaders, at the end of each year, we get together, we do our planning, writing business goals, and all those are exciting. Don't get me wrong, you need to do that. But then think about it, then eventually when the year started, by February now, by March, April, June, I can tell you most people all of a sudden look at their business plan, half of my goals are not even being met. Not even 1/3 of my goals being met. And then eventually they wait for another year and do another business plan, have another business meeting, have another business planning strategy session, and it goes on and on and on and on. So let me share with you what I have found out over the years, why most business plans do not work, and how can you do a little pivot and make it work for you. That's my whole message today, right? So when you see a business plan and you write a business plan, what do you usually see inside a business plan? It's usually talk about your goals, right? This year, I'm gonna do such and such amount of business. I'm gonna make a certain amount of sales, and if I do this, I'm gonna buy myself a new house. I'm gonna, buy myself a new car. I'm gonna pay off my debt. I'm gonna, go on a nice vacation. Go to, let's say Dubai for a week and all that stuff. Those goals are what I call self-interest goal, right? Cars, watches, house, and all that great stuff, right? That used to be me. I write down all those things. By the way, you need those dreams, you need those goals to drive you, right? Those are called self-interest goals. But then also inside the business plan, we have what we call emotional goals, right? You're emotional. You know what? If I, make a certain amount of money this year and my business grows certain percentage, and if I have a certain amount of money in my bank account, what do? I'm gonna retire my parents, right? I'm gonna retire my mom. I'm gonna retire my dad. I'm gonna make sure I send my kids to a private college one day, a private school one day. Those are all emotional goals that you're not doing it for yourself, but you're really doing it for the people that you love, right? So we wrote it on the business plan as well. And then ultimately you have bigger goals, right? One day I'm gonna contribute to charity. I'm gonna donate money to my church. I'm gonna run for a governor. I want to be senator. Those are legacy type of goals that you just dreaming one day it will become a reality. So you follow me? You have the self-interest goal, you have the emotional goal, and you have the legacy type of goals, right? Now those goals are very exciting. Don't get me wrong, very exciting, but it doesn't move you to actually accomplish those goals. Let me say that one more time. All those goals that we wrote it down excites us, but that does not necessarily move us to actually do things to achieve those goals, right? Unless your business plan is attached by a formula, by fundamentals, things that you actually can monitor on a daily basis. Your self-interest goal, your emotional goal, your legacy type of goal eventually will fade away. So what I mean by formula, right? Everything has a formula. When you work out, it has a formula. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you have a formula. How do you communicate with that person if things doesn't go right, right? In business, for me, it's very simple. I know when I first started the business, I need to make 100 grand a year. And if I don't make 100 grand a year, I cannot survive in this business. I have to do something else. I only have a certain amount of time for me to make $100,000 a year. So my formula is very simple. I gotta close 4 deals every single week. 4 deals every single week, and you times 4 is 16 deals a month. That's 20 years ago. So I know I have to close 16 deals a month. That's 4 deals a week. And in order for me to close 4 deals a week, I got to at least do 12 to 15 appointments a week, because my closing ratio back then was not as high as right now. My closing ratio was only 30%. So in order for me to close 4 deals a week, I have to do 12 to 15 appointments a week on a weekly basis. And in order for me to have 12 to 15 appointments on a weekly basis, I got to have 100 phone calls, calling different people, prospecting on a weekly basis to get those 15 appointments. You follow me? That's a formula. That's a formula. Most people, they are not backed up by formula. They are not backed up by how many appointments, how many phone calls, how many contacts they need to make to get those sales closed. And if your entire business plan is predicated based on setting goals, but not backed up by fundamentals and activities and specifics, that business plan eventually will not work for you. It might work for you for the half year, you got a little bit lucky. It might work out for you even for a year or two, but in the long term, it won't work out. So start to not only write a business plan, but start to write a business plan that back up by specific formulas and fundamentals and daily activities that you commit to do on a daily basis. Then one day, that business plan will become a reality. It will not stay just as a business plan. So guys, hopefully you guys love my message today. Post a comment below. Let me know what you think about today's message. All right, JW here, and see you next time. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.